Well, I have always thought that this area here between the side of my shed and my putting green is kind of an eyesore. It's just not finished. It doesn't feel like it's done. And even up here in the corners on either side of the ramp up into the shed, it just doesn't feel done. Well, today we're going to start a project to fix that. Here we go. All right, so my first order of business is going to be to just kind of level things out here. I'm not terribly worried about this grass, although this is a high spot over here. All right, now for my next trick, I'm just gonna get all the kids' crap out of this corner because we're gonna do the same thing over here. I think most of this is gonna be trash anyways. Oh look, a golf ball. We're gonna need that. I got the Gorilla cart out so I could haul all the cardboard back and the landscape fabric. I forgot the landscape fabric, so we gotta walk all the way back anyways. Really hoping I don't get rained out here. Also, the neighbor's sprinklers just came on and it's probably gonna rain. That's naughty.
So at this point, my microphone battery died out, which is probably a good thing because it gives me a chance to not only explain what I'm doing here, but also explain what I would do differently now that I've finished the project. My thought process here was to use the cardboard and landscape fabric as weed barriers. There is still grass here, and I didn't want to take any chances. Now, if I were to go back and start over again, I would have either put the landscape fabric down first or not used it at all. I just don't have a lot of confidence in it, especially with how thin the fabric is. There's enough dirt brought in later to really smother what's here and eliminate the risk of grass growing up through it, but you never know.
All right, I'm getting anxious. Let's get the blocks back here. There's two things that I've come to really love when doing projects. Train. Number one, Toro time cutter. Number two, Gorilla cart. Love that thing. It's clutch. These blocks are 20 pounds a piece, and I got 68 of them. These are 12-inch blocks, and I believe they're 4 inches tall. And the landscape fabric is already ahead of the curve here. That's what I want to do, is fold it over. So I don't have to cut it. I need to know how far to bring it back. Whoops. This block seems kind of smaller. Right like that. I should have made a string line like a professional, but I'm just an amateur. You guys like a good sunset? Check this out. All right, it is day 2, and here is our progress. We've got 2 courses here, and I was 3 blocks short, plus however many over here. I think I factored like 14 or 16 blocks short over here. Plus, we decided that we were going to do a third course here, because when you stand far away back here, it just feels like it's too short because you can still see the concrete back there. So we're going to give it a little bit more depth and go from there. And I've already made my second trip to Home Depot today, so I already have the extra block. We just need to get it back here. Right, so the goal tonight is to get these put in place, get everything stacked where we want it, and then I want to get the water lines run as well. So hopefully we'll have everything ready to go and ready for soil. All right, that third course makes quite a difference. That looks a lot better. I like that a lot. That will do. Okay, so all the blocks in the landscape fabric and everything are done everywhere that I want this to be done, so that's good. And I already know that I have another trip to Home Depot in my future, because it's not a real project unless you go to Home Depot at least 3 times. So we got to make that third trip. I'm going to use this. This is brown poly drip tubing. This is about 1/2 inch in diameter here. It is going to run off of this. In fact, I'm going to change this out for a 3-piece or even a 4-piece, just so that I have more access here. And it's going to come off of this, it'll come down and then into the bed, and then I'll tee off, and then I'll have sprinklers here, and then it's going to actually tee off right here as well. And I'm just going to take the path of least resistance and run the water all the way around to that other corner bed. So I'm already starting with just barely less than 100 feet from a previous project. I'm going to need to go get more probably tomorrow. I've got to relocate a sprinkler for the putting green. There is a sprinkler head right here, right there, and it sprays right there into these blocks. So I want to move this sprinkler head. We're gonna dig it up and see which way it's coming from, because I can't remember if it came back off of the supply line or this way off the supply line. So we're gonna move it over here. I want to put it right about here. So it's going to come over about 3 feet or so, and then it will spray just to the edge of the blocks, and it will spray the 90 degrees as normal and cover this putting green. So let the surgery begin. We'll open her up, we'll move the sprinkler head where it needs to be, do what we got to do. Hopefully it goes back together nice and clean. so we are dug out here, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I just need to cut this and then put it further back on this line, and I'll have a nice clear shot away from the blocks. All right, that's all done. I feel much better about that placement than where it was before. Now it's not shooting over the corner of these rocks, it's shooting just next to them. So there is still a little bit of overspray, but not nearly as bad as it was. And I think it'll keep most of the water out of these beds. I want to have controlled water there. So I think that's a better spot. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see how it goes. But now we can focus on finishing up the rest of this part of the project. All right, now it's time for the messy part. And I'm not really looking forward to this, but I think it'll be a good extra step to take. This is a damp proofing sealer, which I'm going to apply to the exposed concrete here at the back side of the planter. And that's just gonna keep moisture from penetrating the concrete and causing damage to the concrete and all the rest. So this is a fluid applied sealant. It's like tar, essentially. It's very messy, so I'm going to take as many precautions as I can. I've got gloves that I'm gonna go get. I've got a coverall that I've got here. And yeah, if you've ever worked with this stuff before, you know. Even if you try as hard as you can, it will find its way onto you. So we'll put this on, and then we'll be ready for dirt. All right, I officially feel like a marshmallow. It's thick. All right, got that on nice and thick. That is real thick stuff, and I just kind of caked it on there the best I could. Not so bad. It's really not so bad. If you're familiar with this kind of a process, if you've done it before, then you know. So if you've never done this before, this is kind of like painting. You just want to wear clothes that you don't care about. Coveralls, go as far as you can, and you might not get any on you. It says to wait about 6 to 7 hours for it to dry, and then you can put on a second coat. I'm gonna consider that. We have some cooler weather coming. It needs to be above 50 degrees for 24 hours. So I'm gonna wait a few days and see if I feel like doing it again. It didn't take very long, maybe half an hour, maybe. Probably not even that. And the second coat will go on faster. It says to put on the second coat perpendicular to the first coat, which will be up and down for me. So I'll probably be using the brush most of the way and just cake it on again what could it hurt? What could possibly go wrong? I don't know. So we'll see what the dirt situation is in the next few days, and if I have time to put on another coat and let it dry before I do dirt, then I will. Otherwise, I think we'll be okay. Here's a small pro tip. Get yourself a neighbor who has a tractor that can just roll on down the road and take a dump right in front of your yard, and then you can fill up your garden beds. All right, last few days have been pretty busy with just the regularly scheduled programming in my family, but I do have all of the water lines, all the drip line run. Got the Toro time cutter towing the 7 cubic foot gorilla cart. So I'm gonna use that to move all of the dirt from where it is out on the curb back into here. Well, look at that, looks so good. I'm so excited about this, and I'm very excited to show you what we're gonna be planting here. So follow along if you're not already, and keep an eye out for the next video, because I'm gonna go over what I'm gonna plant, how to plant it, all the things. We're gonna get water flowing through here, and we will be in business. So thanks so much for watching. Follow along for more helpful and entertaining lawn care content. I'll see you next time.